So welcome to LSI at 30. Why are we doing this? Well, LSI, Fairchild Semiconductor at 50. And we were looking around the room and said, you know, Wilf, if we don't do something soon, we ain't going to be there. So we decided that LSI at 30 was probably a good thing to do. I won't call it the last hurrah, but I think this might be one of the last LSI gatherings of so many folks in one place. So I'm Bob Blair from the early days of LSI, and today we're going to talk about the great ASIC era. The early days of LSI Logic, which were a lot of fun for, I think, everybody here, and maybe some folks that are still at LSI, but in my book, the fun was in the early days. So how did I get here? Well, I was 37, if that helps, in 1981, and I had just left Fairchild Semiconductor, where I'd been for a decade, and I was on the way to a computer company called Altos Computer, which was an early Unix kind of company. And I live around the corner from Bill O'Meara in those days. He lives in Florida now, and I'm still in the Valley. And he had this little party going on for some reason. I forget what it was. But I was at the party, and on his kitchen table was this sort of business plan. And it said LSI Logic on the front, so I happened to see this thing. I don't think he meant me to see it, but so the question was, you know, what's that about, Bill? He says, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Wilf's thinking of starting a new company. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. So we talked a little bit about it, and 2 or 3 months later, I'm number 11 at LSI Logic. I passed on my Altos Computer opportunity, and the rest is history, as they say. So we've got a busy schedule today. There's a lot of time for talking at the afternoon session at 5:30. So please try and keep on time for the panel sessions and so on. We've got a lot to fit in. So the schedule today basically looks like this. From now until 5:30, we've got 3 panels headed up by founder Rob Walker on engineering, a short break, and please keep it down to 10 minutes so that we can get back in promptly. Followed by Jim Coford on CAD and manufacturing, and followed by Bill O'Meara, of course, on sales, marketing, and administration. Then we will have the reception in the grand lobby for an hour plus, so that'll be a time to see all the folks that you've been longing to see. And I think the attendee list should rise as we go through the afternoon. And then in the evening we have the founders panel. I'll be back on stage for a brief moment. And all of the founders will be on stage, of course, including Wilf. There'll be a session. And then you'll have salads at the table at that time while that panel is going on. And then when that panel is finished, then the buffet will begin. And when all of that is over, our good friend Brian Connors brought his band along, and he's going to be playing some music till we get thrown out of here at sometime around 11. So that's the schedule. So just a little housekeeping before we get going. I have to say great thanks to Bonnie Schaefer, who on day 1 was Wilfred Corrigan's admin. Bonnie's in the back, for those of you who don't know her. Bonnie, stand up. Bonnie's one of the 20-year plus LSI employees. I'm not sure what the number is. Folkestone Fong has been helping Bonnie with chairing this event, with the organizing. Folkestone is here somewhere, right on the end. Stand up, please. And then there's been a bunch of other guys involved. We won't go into all details. Bill O'Meara, myself, Jerry Hadley, and Brian Connors have played major roles, along with Hans Schwartz, Dagmar Berendez, who originally is from LSI Logic in Europe, Rick Rasmussen, Dan Gravel, Dottie Heim, Ken Jew, Mark Larson, Rob Walker, Jim Coford, and others. So a lot of people have been involved in this. So thanks to all of you. These things do suck up a lot of time, and so we're glad that we're able to put this together. So thank you to all those folks. We managed to keep the ticket price under $100 by having a few folks support the program, including LSI Logic Corporation. So these are the folks that have contributed to supporting the event. Thank you very much to all of these folks. They're all recognized individually outside in the lobby.